Hi guys, welcome back. We're going to Hollywood Bet Scottsville this Sunday afternoon. Get through the card. We'll start with the opener and a reminder about our social media where we update on those platforms as well. We go to at Weighted to Win, and of course we also go with our WhatsApp group as well. And this platform, wherever you watch it from, we'd like to keep you informed as often as possible. We're doing this on Friday, so I've got Daryl Marie in here. We brought the donuts back, as you can see.
Yeah.
All right, just to change the luck a little bit, isn't it?
Yes.
We need to change of form.
Thanks to Arasha.
Thanks to Rashi. And, well, what's the opener like for this meeting?
I have to open by saying, Clyde, I'm not very bullish heading into this meeting. I'll be attempting to do my best, but tread warily. In the first race, on form, you can see the 11 Royal Aces. She's very consistent, back against her own Fillies and Mares company. Shows a lot of pace and she's super fit. She could give the perfect toe through to number 10, Can't Catch Me, who last time out was pulling over the 7 furlongs. Will appreciate the drop to the 1200. Then number 4, Variety Fair, staying on over the 1000 last time out. The 6 furlongs could be in her favour. And although number 2, Pretty Analia, is held by a Royal Aces, that was on the Polytrack run. Now she gets the booking of Richard Free. So I think those 4 will dominate.
Okay, I'll bring Darren Burrows in now and give him an opportunity. So what do you like, Darren, the opener?
Clyde, I'm having a strike on Can't Catch Me. Now, go back to a 1,200 metre form. 4 runs back, second to Umtombo Walwazi. I think he's won 3 and placed 3 times in his career right now. Third to Shanta's Pride, 2 runs back from a 13 draw. She must have been 6-7 lengths back turning for home, and she absolutely took off. Now, I believe the Scottsville's straight 1,200, testing 1,200 is going to suit her down to the ground. And from a 10 draw, I think she'll be motoring home.
Okay, thanks for that. Let's get straight to our selections then. From Darren's quite keen on the favourite at this point in time, Can't Catch Me. He's trading at 28 to 10. We're going to put this all to come up for you. That's come from Darren. He says, let's go now with Can't Catch Me and go with Super Fast later on. That's his recommendation. He wants to play that all on. And there's a bipod that we've got for you as well. So this is from Daryl, where he's going 2, 4, 10, 11, by 1 and 2, by 3, 4, 6, 7, by 6 and 8, by 2, 4, 6, and at the back over there, 148. It's a 576 Rand per. Race number 2 on the card. Let's have a look at this now. We'll talk about what the plan is here. I've got Daryl Marie and Darren Burrows. I'm going to Darren Burrows to get an idea what he's doing in the place accumulator, where this horse Super Fast is 13 to 10. I know that's part of his all on. And you got one the other day, a double you recommended, Darren, that arrived early. I wish I listened. I didn't. But I'll be listening in here. You confident, Super Fast?
Very confident, Clyde. This was last time out. I don't think it was ideal dropping him back to 1,000 meters. He came off the bit. He absolutely took off late. Now, 1,200 meters in his second start, he was flying home down the outside behind Music of Life. And I think the 1,400's ideal from a 2 draw. Keegan DeMello, stable in form. I think Super Fast will win.
Okay, stables there. Super Fast will win. And they are in form.
Yeah.
No doubting that.
Clyde, although he's the horse to beat, I'm not running out and rushing to take his current price. I've got some concern about his latest form line. 4 runners, all 4 unplaced in the next start.
Okay.
Is you ain't is no world beater. He could be anything now that he's going the 1,400. So I've got healthy respect for him and I'm making the horse to beat. But I like the look of a number 1 of year, Fine Admiral, to give him a big run for his money. Last time out, over the mile, Clyde, that race was run to suit horses on the pace. They crawled and turned it into a sprint. I thought he did extremely well to get as close as what he did. In that race, there was a horse called Law Court who was 3.5 lengths behind him. He came out and ran second. And from a 1 draw, Clyde, he's certainly going to be closer to the pace. So I think the race lies between the 1 and the 2.
Interesting, because the winner of that race was Tony Riverland's horse.
Yes, and I'll make a statement over here. I think Harley Streets is a much better horse than Super Fast.
Yeah, so you'll have an idea. Okay. All right, that's not going to worry Darren, though, because his money's already on. So let's have a look at what the recommendation is now. We're going into our place accumulator for this race, and it's a Daryl Marie PA, where he's going 1 and 2 by 3 and 4, by 6 and 8, by 2, 4 and 6, by 1, 4, 8, by 5 and 8, and 3, 5, 9 at the back. On to the third, it's pick six time. Darren Burrows has worked one out for us. This was on Friday. Number 6, Jalsamina was favourite, 22 to 10. 7, Madame Zaber is at 28 to 10. And 4 to 1 about number 4, I've Got Wings. Pick six, what does it look like, Darren?
Clyde, probably the hardest pick six I've had to tip in a long time. It's very competitive. I think I've had to bank a 7 to 1 shot to cut the perm down. Starting in race 3, Jalsamina, definitely the horse to beat, but she over races, and I am concerned about that. She's got to settle in running. Last time out, she was throwing her head around 3 deep. For her to still hold on for third was a good effort. But on collateral form, there's nothing between a couple of runners. You got to include Guten Tab, I've Got Wings, Madame Zaber, and Nonoti.
Okay, so it's open. You wouldn't want to be Darren Burrows having to tip a pick six every day. I mean, be honest. Who wants to tip a pick six every single day? What chance have you got? You're on a hiding to nothing. Am I right? You're on a hiding to nothing. Yeah. Poor guy. Absolutely. But he's brave enough to give it to us and help us.
100%.
Right.
So respect.
Respect.
Guten Tag. You can see her penultimate start was on the turf track. Very little separating herself and Jalsamina.
Okay.
But she took a bump at the start. So I think she can confirm that form and finish ahead of Jalsamina. So she's gone into the play. Then number 4, I've Got Wings. Last time she improved and enjoyed the step up in trip.
Yeah.
So I know it was on Polly, but she has run some places on the turf in the past. So I think I put those 2 in the PA.
Okay.
But the race certainly doesn't stop there.
So it's 3 and 4 for you?
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
I'm hoping I get through, Clyde. Like I say, I'm not getting into this meeting confident.
Yeah, you said so. That's when they land.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Right. What have we got? A pick six, right? Let's put Darren's pick six up. 3, 4, 6, 7, 8 by 2, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 12 in the second leg. And the third leg, as you heard him say, is bankering a 7 to 1 shot. Number 4, Blazing Kiss. By field. And if we're running, we banker in the last. Hopefully that will win. Number 9, Our Emily. All right, it's jackpot time, and we're going to race number 4 now here at Hollywood Bet Scottsville. I've got Daryl Marie in the studio with me, and of course have Darren Burrows and Johnny's Hope as top of the boards for Com Naidu. And those who are wondering about Com, when I last had a chat and to find out a bit more about him, unfortunately he had a stroke, and the request is lots of prayers. So please pray for Com Naidu, who's got the favourite here, Johnny's Hope, at 3 to 1, Daryl. And the Mau Wings have been absolutely unbelievable in KwaZulu-Natal. They've got an unreal. Both brothers have stepped in and almost won a takeover there.
Cash.
Yes. And Wesley's in another league.
Yeah. I opened this book and I had a look and I said, geez, the improver has to be number 2. Arsene Lupin. By Pomodoro out of a dam that stayed. And then I went and watched his replay and I wasn't convinced.
Okay.
So, although he's gone into my play,
Any
I
price,
think he might need another run or 2.
All right.
Obviously, the 6 La Dream, and he has a filly in good form. Let's hope for Timothy. She can get it right. But she's got her 6 allowance and the apprentice allowance, which makes her very competitive off 55 kilograms. So she'll run another honest race. The Mowings, I have to favor the Mowings over here. Number 8, Time to Meditate. Last time out, have a look at that, Clyde. Blowing.
Yes.
He was well beaten. Look what gets fitted this time round. The tongue tie.
Okay.
And the blinkers. So for me, 6 from 8. But Johnny's Hope, I didn't like the way he moved down to the start last time out. And he was beaten a long way. He was never in contention. So I don't think he represents any value. For me, 6, 8, thereafter 2, 4, and 9.
And interesting enough, Keegan de Mello's on a horse called If You Say So. Darren Burrows, what do you like?
Well, Clyde, Johnny's Hope, I think I've been for this horse about 4 times in his last 6 starts and he failed. Last time out, I labeled him. I thought he was a good thing at even money. He got beat 12.9 lengths into second. So he's not one to trust. On his penultimate start, he flew up behind the Bund and he had a horse like Triton behind him. I think they're first and second favorite here. I've got to include Johnny's Hope, Triton, La Dreamer, Time to Meditate. And if you're playing wider, then go numbers 2 and 4.
All right. Let's put that into writing. Now, what are the boys doing? It's a jackpot, so let's work it out for you and put that up. You guys can have a go. Daryl's jackpot, he wants to go 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9, by 1, 2, 4, 6, 10, by 1, 3, 4, and 8, and 5 and 8 at the back. It's a 200 Rand jackpot 1. Race number 5. Welcome back, everybody. This is a handicap at the 68 level fillies and mares. It can never be easy, that sort of handicap, over 1750 meters. But Darren Burrows has found something here for us. Just a reminder about our social media. We're on Twitter. We all got our own accounts, but Weighted to Win has its too. And at Weighted to Win is the handle to follow there. A WhatsApp number on the screen. Use that if you like. You're welcome to send your selections. You're welcome. And your pick sixes or whatever you recommend, send that to us. And if you're consistent enough, maybe Daryl and Darren will agree. We can bring you on the show as well. Hey, Darren, that's not a bad idea.
Yes, Clyde. Not easy. To tip winners on a daily basis consistently is never easy. But it's easy to label a horse every couple of days. But what we're doing is not easy. Let's touch on race 5. Blazing Kiss, for me, big value. I spoke to the owner, Piet Bunzaya, and I said to him, this filly on Sunday is massive value. And he agreed. He said she's flying at home and she'll go very close. Now, in her penultimate start at Scottsville, she beat Catalea Summer 3 lengths. She's a kilo worse off and she's drawn better. So surely this filly's going to take a power of beating. Nice each-way value.
Okay, and Dance My Lord came out of that Bay Breeze as well, so that's fairly consistent. What's the story from your side?
Who, Dance My Lord?
Yeah.
That's the
Marco
filly that someone
MJ.
told me is cripple when I banked her in the PA and she missed and then came out and won.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not easy. Crocodile skin. All right, so what else?
Yes, Blazing Kiss, Cloud. I'd like to see her push forward from that good draw, get into the race this time round. She's a leading light of here. A little bit of a roughie to include, Raspberry Beret. Last time out, the 1800 on a soft track, 2 testing for her. Penultimate start wasn't a bad effort in open company. Got a good draw. She just needs to settle in running. And then the 6, what's it, Uncle and Nephew? Splash of Green. Very competitive for current rating. I think Wesley's learned about her this time and will be producing her very late. So it's a tricky handicap. I certainly don't believe the race stops over there.
Yeah, well, we're doing this on Friday. I can't blame those who do price up for putting the Malwings up in KwaZulu-Natal as favourites. So 6 Splash of Green, early favourite on Friday at 5 to 1. But Darren Burrows is also number 4. Blazing Kiss trades at 7s. I'm not sure it's going to start that. It's probably going to shorten. Here's a look at what the plan is for our second, there is a second jackpot opportunity. But Darren says, no, let's get straight in to Blazing Kiss. Right, on to a handicap now. This will be run over the mile. It's a handicap at the 90 level. I can tell you from a market perspective that on the Friday, number 9, Ideal Act tops the boards at 9 to 2, Darren. But tough race, I guess. There are quite a few here that can win.
Very tough, Clyde. It's easy to say the best horse is Ideal Act, but then it's a handicap. So people have to look into the weights, and 61 kilos is not going to be easy from a deep draw. The improver could be Iron Will. He's only got 50.5 to shoulder. He doesn't handle Polly. So just write a line through his last effort and he comes into the race with a fair chance.
All right. So those are the top 2 in the market at the moment. I was like Boundless Bash. Would you give it another go?
Yeah, we love the source, don't we, Clyde?
Yeah.
He loves Scottsville himself.
He does.
He's an improving 3-year-old. Stable's in good form. He's going to be put in the race and he'll have every opportunity to notch up another victory. Manhattan Cafe was a bit stiff in his latest start, went down narrowly, so the form is strong enough. Like Darren touched on, number 1, Iron Will, penultimate start, Clyde on the turf. That winner, Captain Casey, was slung in on that occasion. So that was a decent effort. We saw a winner from there bend the rules, got no weight, got a good draw, a live wire. And then I like the fact that number 8, Arctic Tune, has come back to a mile. Look at his form over a mile. He's a course and distance winner, so I think he has to go into perms.
Okay. So there are quite a few in here. There's a number of runners. We do like Boundless Bash. We've been on that a few times, and now Cabela Matsanyani gets the right. Calvin, what's the story with Calvin? Is not
Calvin's leaving on Monday or Tuesday, isn't he?
he's going abroad, eh?
So probably day with the family.
He's going. Where's he going to?
Singapore.
Singapore. Well, everything of the best, Calvin Abbott. in
Absolutely.
Singapore. We'll miss you here. Hope it goes well for you. All right, right, where are we now? What are we showing? Please help me out here, Ricardo. Okay, Exactas box 1, 3, 4, and 8 from Daryl Marie. All right, Darren, let's talk about this race now. The next race 7, it's a handicap at the 76 level over the 1,400 meters. There'll be 8 of them that go to the gate. We're doing this on Friday, so have a look at the latest changes. That was Master of Law, Darren. Won a decent race last time.
Yes, he won a good race. He's a bit inconsistent. He runs a good race, bad race, good race, bad race. He's got to come into the play with a decent chance. Count Marsh. Now, this horse has never won on the turf. All 4 wins on the poly. So that has to be a concern. I know he's one of the leading lights in the betting. Diani, your current favourite. He's won 3 on the trot, but in weak company. And he takes a jump in class. So for that reason, I've played the field.
Okay, you got the whole lot. This horse Diani, have you been impressed with the way Diani's been winning?
Looks quite a small son by Ideal World, but Clyde certainly going in the right direction, improving with each and every start. How often do you see this combination team up? Dennis Bosch and Keegan DeMello.
Yeah, correct.
So, Clyde, I don't think he's worth a bet. Let me state that.
Okay.
But he's improving. And he's still got more to offer. He's likely race. So I like the look of number 8 here, Master of Law. Now, like Darren says, he blows hot and cold, but on his day, he showed us what he's capable last time out when he quickened up on the poly track. That was eye-catching. So Paul Laff, I know he's going to have his work cut out from a wide draw, but Muzi Yanni's more than capable. So he's my narrow first pick over Diani. Clyde, Count Marsh, when I originally opened the book over here, I said the 3 is the right horse over here. And then I went and looked at his last 4 turf runs. Dismal. So that's a concern. But this is a tricky race, Clyde. I'm not confident over here.
Okay. Count Marsh represents that horse Crescent Eagle that came from High Velocity to win. All right, well, I don't know. We'll see what Diani's all about. I can hear Dennis Bosch saying, I can just imagine with Keegan on, we'll win. This is a good horse. Well, let's see. Darren's gone field. Daryl's not sure. He's Master of Law more than anything else. But here's what we're doing. Daryl Marie's put up a double for us, and he recommends that you go this 5 and 8. That's Diani and Master of Law, with right at the back the 3, 5, and 9. Eighth race on the card now, handicap 69 level, fillies and mares. Darren Burrows' banker runs here. A horse called Our Emily, winner of her last start. A courageous win it was too. Our Emily, who on Friday was priced up at 15 to 4 or thereabouts, number 9. Second choice, number 7, Vision of Will at 4 to 1. And then you got number 3, Flying the Star on Friday, trading at 9 to 2. All right, Darren, so he's shouting Our Emily here.
Clyde, it's by no means an overconfident selection, but on such a tricky card, we needed to cut the perms down. And the first choice had to be Our Emily. Last time out, I thought she was handicapped to win. She got up to beat Vision of Will. She has won at Scottsville before, and she only got a small penalty last time out, and Rachel takes off the 1.5. So surely this filly can follow up in this company.
Okay. Daryl, your take on Our Emily?
Yes, Clyde, I think she benefited from that short break off the track. She came back and she won. I believe this filly's a 5 furlong specialist.
Yes.
So, yes, healthy respect for her. If you like her, have a look at number 3, Flying the Star. This filly's a Scottsville specialist. She loves the Scottsville Straight.
Yeah.
She's 1.5 kilos better off with Our Emily. She has to go
For a length and a half.
And then looking hard, Clyde, we've touched on this time and time again. She's very competitive of her current rating. Surely on the turf, she has to be included. So, yeah, for me, I thought 3, 5, and 9.
Looking hot. I see Adina came out at 1 as well. Now, the Mallings are hot at the moment. That's a fact. Looking hot, I don't know. I've written that off, unfortunately, because we did our money a few times.
Clyde, she's won from one of the course and distance.
No, I understand. But we probably backed her on the wrong occasions, on multiple occasions, right?
So what's your backing?
Nothing.
Put your head down.
No, I'm going with our Emily. How can I not go against Darren? We want him to catch this pick 6, right?
Give us that last 50 meters commentary there.
Yeah, no, not now. The Peters will do that fantastically well. Here's a look at the last race. What we going with? Darren Burrows, our Emily.